Hello and welcome to the fifth part of my series where I try to beat the Isle with every playable in the game. In this part I'll be playing Pteranodon, which as the graph I'll put on screen shows, makes up roughly 10% of the player base from the time when I actually recorded all this data, which means that there are roughly 10 Pteranodons on a full server at any given time, on average. It's very rough. But alright, you may be asking, well, how do you beat the Isle? Well, my self-imposed win condition is that I've got to nest with whatever I'm playing as, and raise the hatchlings up to the point that they can fend for themselves, the point where they are self-sufficient. That is the point where, okay, I've beaten the challenge. Like, I've done the bare minimum. Now, that doesn't mean I'll abandon the hatchlings the moment they get up to that point, so I'll try to stay with them for a while longer if I can get them to adulthood. Great. If not, I can still call it a win, as long as I've just gotten them to that point where they no longer absolutely need me around for their survival. And so the big rule for this challenge is that I can't get any outside help finding someone to nest with. I can't use the Isle's Discord to find somebody. I can't just call in a friend and have them spawn in as the same thing as me and we nest together. No, I have to find a complete random in-game only through the methods available to me in-game. Now, this rule doesn't apply to once we have a nest and once we have eggs, because at that point I will post in the Discord that, hey, there's eggs available, because that's not really part of the challenge. The real challenge is trying to find someone else in-game, not inform people that there are eggs in the first place. But alright, without any further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, as always, first things first, coin flip to decide if I'm playing male or female. Male it is. Not good, not bad, just pretty average on this one. So now the question of where do you spawn? Where do you want to spawn as Pteranodon? I mean, really anywhere works. Like, anywhere that's got a river, which is everywhere, you can get fish from. And that gets you your hexagon diet. The S diet, don't care about, okay? You'll just never find, like, what is it, like chickens and frogs, just or hipsies, for that matter. You'll never find them. So, don't rely on finding those at all. Don't count on finding them at all. The grow time with Pteranodon is pretty fast, even with just a 30% growth bonus, so focus on just getting 2 different diets. Now, the pill diet is where it gets a bit interesting, because that you get from sea turtles and elite fish. Now, sea turtles only spawn on certain places on the coast, and elite fish will spawn in rivers all over the place, but you have no way to get them. There's absolutely no method you can use to kill one and get it out of the water. But there is a specific point in the South Swamps where they sometimes spawn in dead, and it's actually a pretty safe area. You can somewhat reliably get the pill diet from there. Now, I might show that off later, but for the purpose of me starting off right now, I'm going to go for sea turtles. Which, of the 2 locations, either in the south, you can get them in the little coastal area there, or northeast, the really long stretch of beach there, usually has a few sea turtles going around. And for that reason, I choose northeast. Alright, we stick out like a sore thumb, but it doesn't matter, because I can fly. That is the big thing with Pteranodon, is it doesn't need to care about things on the ground. Because it can just fly wherever it wants. So okay, first things first, get to the coast. And we can just fly over here. And now it's just a matter of seeing them... Oh boy, lag. Yeah, this one might have a bit more lag than my other playthrough so far, considering how fast I'll be going and how much stuff is being rendered. Like, you can see the pop-in of the grass over there. But yeah, what I need to do is just go along this beach and see if I can spot a sea turtle on the sand. Instead, all I see is a deer in the water. Good old Isle. It's actually, I imagine this is going to be the easiest of all the playables to beat the game with, because it's the first thing I ever nested with. Like, even when I couldn't keep anything alive and I just decided to play Pteranodon for a while, first thing I ever nested with, just did it multiple times. Oh, and it was easy. Okay, here we go. Got a sea turtle, but we need to scare it onto the land. If I can just get this thing to run away onto the beach, that would be perfect. Come on. Yeah, but I don't have much stamina. I'm not going to do any damage to it, really, being this tiny. Ooh, almost crashed. Okay. Well, you know what? He is going to beach himself over there, so I just need to play the waiting game. But yeah, as I was saying, so Pteranodon has a decently sized player base. You see them all over the place. It's got ample food all over the place, easy to get. It can avoid and escape pretty much every predator in the game just by flying. I mean, if you play your cards right, you will never die with Pteranodon. Like, despite being extremely fragile, you just have the agility and, well, the ability to fly. There's nothing in the air that can get you except for other Pteranodons, which have no incentive to fight you. And then, once I get someone to nest with, you just build a nest on top of a massive rock somewhere. Boom, hatchlings are completely safe. Like, the only threat your hatchlings might have are a Deinosuchus when they try to get a drink. But otherwise, you are 100% safe. Okay, hello, Mr. Turtle. Time... Nope, nope, don't you dare go back out to sea where you're safe. Time to die. Okay, there we go, finally. It only took the sun going down before I was actually able to take him down, jeez. Right, and that's how you start out with Pteranodon. Just find a sea turtle out here somewhere, take about 5 years to peck it to death, and then you've got plenty of food. You can easily get your other two diets maxed out, and at that point you'll have 30% growth. The big thing with Pteranodon is just go and explore the map. Just find all the cool little areas that you just never go to otherwise because there's either nothing there or it's straight up suicidal because of the lack of stuff. Unfortunately, already night. Like I said in the previous part, there is just a law against starting off during the day. Like, it has to be night or it's so late in the evening that it's practically night. But alright, for the first long trip here, let's land in one of these trees and get max stamina. And these trees, like this tree right here, these big ones, you can land in, but only in the center fork right there. It's a small area, but once you've done it a couple times, you can do it extremely consistently. And boom, there we are. Even if it sways to the side to completely devour us, it's fine. Despite the fact that shifting side to side, the hitbox remains the same always. So just keep that in mind. And these make the perfect spot to land, because while you can latch on to vertical surfaces like this tree, you don't regain stam when you're doing that. And stamina is the only reason you ever want to land. So it is very useful to have landing spots like this, just all over the place. But alright, heading pretty much straight south. Heck, I can see the swamp from here, the big structure up there. Though actually, I don't feel like, I know there's like an archway over there, but I don't really feel like going out of my way to get there. Now I can just glide pretty much all the way there, or at least a very good portion of the way there. But one thing that a lot of people don't know about Pteranodon is that you can actually sprint in the air with it and not lose any stamina. I mean, if I was just to sprint like right now, I mean, you'll see I lose a little bit of stamina. But simply angle your nose down just the tiniest amount and flap. Boom. No stamina drain whatsoever, and I am moving at pretty much max speed. Now, downside to that is that it costs you elevation. I mean, if you just angle it like 1 degree down from like the default, plane that I'm on right now, by just not pressing any buttons. Just 1 degree down from that, and that's enough to get it going. And I mean, you can cruise. You can cruise across the entire map like this. Like, you can make insanely good time. And then you can just level out whenever you want and enjoy the extra speed without losing that much altitude. And alright, I believe that was less than a minute, already from northeast all the way to southeast in the swamps. Pteranodon is extremely fast. It is ludicrously fast. Its speed is unmatched. Like, even no matter what else they add to this game, this thing's gonna be the fastest. I mean, Gallimimus won't hold a candle to it, even though Gallimimus is gonna be pretty great once they add it. Have something that fast with a good amount of stamina. This thing can outrun absolutely everything with ease. As it should. Oh, my water's getting dangerously low. But on the plus side, like this area right here that I'm going to show off, I mean, it is perfectly safe. I think I've only ever seen a Deinosuchus up here once, and that was when I was with a decent-sized herd that made a lot of noise, so it probably just drew it up from the swamps, but otherwise, Deinosuchuses don't hang out up here at all. Like, it is right on the edge of the map, as you can see from the blue sort of shield right there. Alright, get that beautiful sunrise. How grown am I? Oh yeah, I'm already sub-adult. 55% grown after one night with a, 30% growth bonus. Yeah, Pteranodon, it grows fast. So okay, area I'm talking about, this river right here, edge of the map, southeast corner of the map. Like, this is such a good spot, okay? It's got the waterfall right there. And you might recognize this as sort of the big swampy area. You got Tenanto Rock over there. But yeah, Deinosuchuses, they just don't go up that waterfall. Like, why would they? The only thing there may be are a couple of elite fish up here, but most of this water is very shallow. I mean, this is right in the middle of what you could call Stegosaurus territory. Like, there's just no reason to come up here. There's rarely ever any players, so it's not like they're gonna ambush anyone up here. Like, it is perfect for just anyone to show up to, get a nice little drink, or for Pteranodon, get a nice little meal, and not get eaten and die horribly. So alright, let's see if we got any elite fish that have actually died right here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, because it's the pill diet. So these fish just spawn in dead, as far as I can tell. So you see it's in the water somewhere? Now it might float to the surface, might not. Not too reliable. Oh, there it is, right there on the surface. And you can't eat it straight from here, but what you can do is grab off a piece and eat it slowly like that. And I mean, that works. That is, you can get all your diets filled with just that. Like, it's pretty good. And you'll never get bothered by anything up here, really. Alright, with water filled up. And got a land fish here, and you can't kill these guys. They're just completely invincible because they're skyfish. They're beyond mortal understanding or weaponry. But what fish we can kill are these schooling fish. What you gotta do with them is you just right-click when you're above water and you start skimming. You just go over them. And they can take a couple of passes. So, boom! And you just grab them. You can't eat them mid-air, you have to land, or the safer way to deal with them, just go up to something like a tree and just latch on and devour the whole thing. And boom, that's a full stomach and a full diet. And honestly with Pteranodon, even though you have, you know, incredible speed, can get across the map extremely quickly, I really don't bother with diets once I get to adulthood. At that point, it's just eat schooling fish every once in a while. And you can maybe scavenge carcasses, but like there's no dinosaurs on your diet besides Hypsy. And well, as my Hypsy video showed, there are very few of them around. So what you're better off doing is scavenging corpses and taking the organs out of them. That's pretty much the only good thing you can get out of corpses. Which is sort of a shame, but I mean it's fine. It's sort of interesting gameplay to try to sort through organs to eat them. But also extremely dangerous because whatever killed that thing is probably still around. Whenever you want to travel long distances, you need to get a good launch point. You need to get up somewhere high where you can use the least amount of stamina to get the maximum amount of height. And I don't know if I can actually even get to the top of that with my current stam, but I'll try. You know, this area is weird. Like, it has all these, you know, ravines and rivers. I mean, it's this really nice-looking area, but there's absolutely nothing anyone can do with half of it. Like, even Pteranodon, it's like... there's no fish in most of these waters here. And if you fall into the water, well, congratulations, you're going to drown, because there's no exits throughout this whole maze of crap. I mean, there's no one on the shoreline, because it's just massive cliffs, so no reason for Deinosuchus to be around there. It's just a very odd area. Alright, having taken off from there, like, we are extremely high up. Can make quite good time and get very far off of that. Yeah, Pteranodon is... it's an interesting one. I mean, it's... ooh, did I see something barely here? Maybe. No reason to go back and waste my good launch. It's very interesting playable, because, I mean, people call it the spectator animal, which it basically is. You can just fly around watching what other people do, go around the map, be completely invincible to everything, really. I mean, as long as you're not playing, you know, extremely stupid. It's pretty easy to manage your stamina and not end up in a bad situation. You got plentiful food absolutely everywhere. And it's honestly one, like, I'd recommend to any new player. Like, start off with Pteranodon. You can get a good feel of the map, you know, a good lay of the land. It's easy to survive with, especially when you don't know what you're doing. I mean, especially compared to other things. And you can also learn where player hotspots are pretty easily. Like, oh, that's a Carnotaur. That's two Carnotaurs over there. I know, I'm not scared of them in the slightest, and it's a great feeling. I know you might be concerned with this little stamina, but really, you can glide for so far. I mean, I can even speed up, because I know that the land goes down over here, and there's perfect spots to land. Especially once you get a good feel of the map, you'll know exactly where you're going pretty much at all times. You'll know exactly where you want to go to land. In fact, yeah, the little Pteranodon right there. Though I'm not gonna bother them right now, I'm going to go to the radio tower. Yeah, with how many Pteranodons you'll see all over the place, and because there's predictable spots they'll be at, I don't feel like I have to pester every single one I see. Alright, let's get up to the radio tower. Actually, starting from here is pretty good. Because I don't think it's loaded in from here, but it's basically right on top of that mountain. And you can follow this river for most of the way. And actually, at the head of this river is a really nice spot for Pteranodons as well. Like, it's one of my sort of drinking spots, my go-to drinking spots. I think that's got plenty of schooling fish always, and you rarely ever see anything up there. I mean, even Deinosuchuses don't really go up there often. In fact, it's more raptors that I see go up to that little area. I think I've been killed by raptors a couple times there. But even so, they're not common by any means. Yeah, it's just this little point right here, this little pond. I mean, it is a beautiful little spot. Great place to rest because you got the rocks here, you got food, got water, get everything you need. What I'm looking for right now is not that, but a way up the mountain. Unfortunately, even once I get full stamina resting right here, I'm probably gonna have to rest at least one more time just to get up this thing. But then once I'm done up here, now you would think, go to the shoreline if you want to find other pteranodons. Go to that place with the tide pool archway. You have like all those rocks and stuff. They have the trailers that showed off like 100 pteranodons there. But no, you actually very rarely see people over there, which is sort of unfortunate, but it makes sense. All the fish are in rivers over here. There's no fish in the ocean, which is very unfortunate. And the turtle spawns over there, I only ever see 1 or 2. I don't think I've ever seen up to 3 there. And if you're trying to feed a whole family of pteranodons up there, then well, yeah, you're gonna have a bad time. The most consistent spot to find pteranodons is, well, the most consistent spot to find any players, and that is northwest and center. I'd probably fly over center on my way to northwest just to see, but those are the 2 spots I'm likely to find other pteranodons. Okay, let's get up here. Yeah, you can see it now. I think I'm not gonna have enough to get to the top, and yeah, I don't have enough to get all the way there. I mean, you want to have stamina just flying. Luckily, you can glide pretty much the entire way wherever you're going. Okay, that's enough stamina. I don't need full stamina to get to the top of that thing. But here, got the radio tower, which is the highest point in the entire map. And that's pretty much it. Nothing else really going on here. You get some creepy music sometimes. I mean, it's a cool spot. It's got a cool view. I mean, if not for all of the pop-in of trees and such sort of ruining that view a bit. And I know you can build a nest on the floor below this, but it's very inconvenient to try and go up and down from here. Though it's a fun little spot. But the best thing about this spot is that being the highest point in the map, that means you can go anywhere. Taking off from this point, you can get to any point in the map. And you know what? I am at 82% growth. I'll probably be 100% growth by the time I get wherever I'm going. So I think now is the perfect time to try and find a mate. Got another Pteranodon on Utah Rock. Hello? Yeah, that one looks male. Yeah, he's already growing the crest. Oh, we got... Oh, jeez. It's just a huge pile of bones right there. What is... That's like... Oh, hello. Ooh, we might have a proper fight going on here. And some extremely janky lighting, holy crap. What did he kill? Did he kill a... Yeah, it looks like a Juvie Tenanto got killed. Oh! Is that a Hypsy I see? Hello there. Fortunate for you, I've got no free diet slots. Some people wouldn't pass up the opportunity to go hunt a Hypsy, but... I mean, there's no reason to. I don't have the S diet. Or rather, I don't have the spot open for an S diet. And then we just got Northwest being Northwest. In a very tiny... Very noisy. Oh no. That little Stegosaurus. I'm gonna be surprised if he actually makes it across alive. Yeah, I would not recommend it, Stegosaurus. I really would not recommend it. Yeah, that's Northwest. Oh? He's not actually trying to kill it. I mean, that one is. Yep. Yep, there was no other outcome to that. Alright, I think it's high time I get out of here. Continue my search. Yeah, let's check the other spots. Actually, no, I'll check these spots that I know I've seen Pteranodons nesting at before. So there's a couple rocky areas I know of in this sort of region. We tend to see them sometimes. Nighttime once again. Yeah, I don't like flying around with Pteranodon at night for the most part, just because you can't see as much. It's not as pretty. But I think I might make an exception just to try to find other Pteranodons. Nothing. Oh, hello. Okay, we got a decently sized group here, including at least one female. Yeah, these rocks I see people nesting at very often. I'm not surprised to see a few people up here. Okay, we know Jeff is female. We don't know... Weren't there... How many are there? Okay, there's 4 of them. Weren't there 2 males before? So yeah, we might just have a single female. Yeah, once I start nesting, I don't really care about diets. Uh, I mean, it'd be nice to get them, you know, a 30% growth diet, but that would require getting sea turtles or extremely rare things like chickens and frogs. Meanwhile, fish are just everywhere, and those have the hexagon, so they'll just eat hexagon, they'll like it. Alright, let's ask the question. Yeah, this guy, well, he's probably got a rough log. Oh, okay, right. And that is good. Okay, yeah, it looks like our group might be reduced to just me and Jeff, but that is perfectly fine by me. Alright, we finally got daytime back. No clue if the Deinosuchus they were talking about is still around, but... be a good time to pair. There we go. I have to invite that guy back, but... don't you get a nest going. Hey yo, hold up. Yeah, his skin's almost exactly like mine. Huh. Oh, and that one looks really good. Like, dang. That's actually a very good skin. Okay, let's get some fish. Try not to run into them. That is how many a Terra has died. Just running straight into each other while fishing and get picked off by something in the water. Okay, this rock over here, not this one. I think it's that one I've nested on before. Or is it? Is it that rock? Can't actually remember. Okay, we could try making a nest like right here, maybe? Actually, yeah, screw it. Little baby Pteranodons can actually jump pretty far, so they can sort of play around this area, hopefully not follow their deaths. Man, that's gotta be the #1 cause of death for baby Pteranodons, is just falling to your death. Okay, let's try a method I've heard of before, which is sniff at the bottom, like on ground level, and see if that gets you sticks. Oh. Okay, that is a good piece of advice, apparently. We have got... boom, sticks right here. Unfortunately, it costs all my stamina just to go down and then go back up. So this might take a minute to build. Boom, nest is ready. Okay, there we go. Now we've got 4 beautiful eggs. Heck yeah. You know, I'll eat into this, because it may give me a bit into both diets instead of just going into one. Because eating it whole, it'll only fill up one of those slots, but if I eat it like this, you'll decide to... What? It'll decide to go into the 3rd slot? Excuse me, game? Ooh, come to think of it, this spot marks the first time I've done a nest in this series not in Southwest. Yeah, one issue about getting people to actually want to spawn in as your Pteranodon eggs is that, like, as you saw when I spawned in just, you know, from the spawn menu, I was able to fly immediately. Like, I could fly, do everything a Pteranodon can do. But when you spawn from the nest, you have to wait till you get to, like, 20% growth or so before you actually can fly. Which means, for the most part, why would you ever want to spawn in a nest if it's simply worse than spawning in normally? I mean, it's not like you need others of your kind for protection because you're a Pteranodon. Oh, we got one. Oh, hello, Moon. Hello, Moon. Yeah, Northwest rarely ever does work out. Well, alright, we got a tiny, tiny hatchling now. Like, look at that. Just, I can't even... Camera just will not allow... Oh, we got another! We got another! Let's go! Unfortunate. Alright, we're getting lots of people that just died to stuff. These are tiny. Look at these dudes. Oh, right, you have to feed them. Alright, it's not the best, but it'll make do. Oh yeah, so I've stated before, you know, like, the point of self-sufficiency is wherever I consider the challenge done. So with Pteranodon, that's pretty much just the point that they can fly. Because at the point they can fly, that's when they can start, you know, skimming for fish. And at that point, well, you're practically already set for life, really. You can avoid almost everything hostile to you. But yeah, the point where they can fly, like where we've got all the little guys out of the nest, you know what, that's good enough. Though, if they'll stay around a bit longer, I will take them out to get sea turtles. That can be sort of the last family trip. Or heck, we can just go anywhere. I mean, we're Pteranodons. Finally. Oh, we got another one. We got Juan. Oh, and that should be the last egg right there. Boom. Okay, Juan, don't get yourself killed. Yeah, hold up, Moon. Your skin looks almost exactly like Talon. Oh, jeez. Wait, who'd we lose? We lost one. That's great. Wait, where'd the other one go? Oh, come on. Well, dang, even with absolutely no predators, we have lost half of our nest already. Ah, that's so whack. I mean, this is how every Pteranodon nest is. You lose at least half of them just from crazy stuff. Okay, whatever. We'll make do with two. One male, one female. That's fine. Hey, there we go! Woo! Heck yeah! Oh yeah, and he knows how to latch and everything. But alright, this has been a very successful time. I mean, I knew it was gonna be the case. Like, I mean, right from the get-go I said, this is probably gonna be, like, the easiest thing for me to nest with. And it's true. Like, literally, first session, I mean, I don't even know if it was an hour or two even, already had a nest going. Pteranodon is extremely easy. I mean, it's not just extremely easy to grow, it's extremely easy to nest with as well. Like, sure, there's a bit of tedium whenever you get to gain all the sticks and such, especially if you have a spot that's not cooperating with you at all. But man, like, it is such an easy time to nest with this thing. And hopefully, if we don't lose any of them, we can go to the beach, have some turtles, watch the sunset, you know, in this where everything began. But there is something so comical about whenever people crash. Like, it is just hilarious. Jeez, that is a big fish. You pick up that tiny... With that tiny guy, you pick up that massive fish. Aw. Well, there goes the mate. Oh! Okay, we got him flying. We might actually head out before the next sunset. If we can get them to follow. Now, I likely won't get to do too much sprinting because they'll be much slower than me. Oh yeah, I'm leaving them in the dust. Because I forget they're much, much slower than me. Alright, and it looks like both of them made it. Heck yeah. Alright, we'll avoid northwest for the most part. That guy has like 500 ping. I mean, okay, I know my connection's not the best normally, but jeez, that's a whole nother level. But yeah, from that launch point, we should easily be able to glide all the way over to the beach. Just gotta be careful not to leave them behind. Okay, they just look like they're much further behind than they actually are. Yeah, I should easily be able to make it over this hill right here, and then we're onto the beach. And I think that's probably where we'll end it. A nice sunset. It's hard to tell how far they are off the ground just from their little nameplates. We should be able to make it. I mean, I can make it easily. Like, if they just glide straight ahead, they should make it without any issues whatsoever. Alright. That one right there? Heck yeah! Be careful not to accidentally... Oh. Dang. Don't know my own strength, apparently. But, like, what was that hitbox? I was nowhere near him. There we go. Let me let him get that one there. And well, at this point, we've got 2 hatchlings that we've got up to the age to fly. Got a beautiful sunset here on the beach where it all began. I mean, I don't think you can ask for a much better ending than that.